Hi everyone, welcome to Amanda's presentation this afternoon. I'm Dr. Mich Seagreen. I'm a chiropractor based in Durban North in South Africa. We always say where we are because we're not all from the same countries all the time on these calls. But we've got some exciting stuff to share with you. Amanda, do you want to say a few words before we start?
No, you can start. Thank you.
Okay. So the question that we always ask ourselves is, or ask everyone on these calls, is have you been patched yet? As you can see on the picture there, she's wearing a patch on her arm. And most of us on this call, or a few of us on this call, have been patched and do wear patches regularly. These patches elevate, activate, and regenerate. Before we talk about the patches, though, we need to speak about David Schmidt, who is the CEO of LifeWave and the inventor of the patch that we're talking about today, called X39. David Schmidt is a scientist and inventor. He had an inventor uncle, and when he was young, he saw one of his uncle's inventions in the attic of his house, and that was the day that he decided he would inventor. And he has become an amazing inventor. Now he has over 180 patents. He currently specializes in age reversing. And in 2008, when stem cell research became the big buzzword, that's where David focused his research. And after 10 years and about $4.5 million, he finally brought the X39 to market. The patent that he has on X39, and most of you will know that in order to get a patent for something, you have to prove unequivocally that it does do what you say it's going to do. And so the patent that he has on X39 says that it increases your copper peptide, it includes activation of stem cells, it improves energy, elevates antioxidants, it reduces inflammation, it manages pain, it improves stamina, it elevates collagen and collagen production, and it improves wound healing. These are the other products that David Schmidt has brought to market. X39 is not the only one, but it is definitely the flagship product. So why would we use the X39 stem cell activation patch? So the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. Hundreds of millions of people are experiencing these symptoms of aging. So when you're born, you are born with millions and millions of these stem cells. And as you age, these stem cells become more and more inactive. At age 30, you have about only half of them that are still active. And by the age of 60, you lose almost all stem cell activity. So how does the X39 work? It is light therapy. So you know that infrared light that your body emits. So the patch takes that light and bounces it back into your body. So your own body's light comes back into your body at a different frequency. How it does that, it does it by means of a patented nanocrystal technology. So those are microcrystals that are built into a specific lattice, and they bounce the light back into your body at a different frequency, and that activates the biomechanical pathway that will stimulate your copper peptide and then activate your stem cells. So nothing is going through the skin at all except for light. So it is non-transdermal. There are no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants, and it is totally non-invasive. So unlike those stem cell injections that people sometimes have to take. So what benefits can you expect on the X39? You can expect to have increased strength, mental, reduced inflammation, restored muscle or skeletal condition, increased stamina, improvement of sleep, energy and vitality, and improved skin appearance. And I have personally experienced all of these. after I've been patching on with X39 for a specific period of time. I was one of those people that felt it all straight away. It has developed over time, and as I use it over time, you feel more and more. And I am starting to feel like I am definitely achieving optimal health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. So as per the case studies on thisisit.info.com, which is a wonderful resource, within the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. And within 6 months, the heart reverses in age. Now, collagen is one of the building blocks of every organ in your entire body, not just the skin. So when people think about collagen, they think about wrinkles. And it's not just that. Collagen is important in every blood vessel in your skin. So that increased production of collagen is quite dramatic. And like I said before, all of this is as per case study. And as David Schmidt says, this product is not anti-aging, it's age reversing. So I mentioned just now that that the brain, that after 3 months, the brain reset. You can see here, this is a topography map. It shows that infrared light that I was talking about earlier. And that redness on session 1 shows you how much inflammation or heat there was in that brain. This 77-year-old woman, that was an image taken before she patched with X39, and she had a total lack of brain coherence. In session 2, after 3 weeks of X39, she had no more inflammation and she had improved brain coherence. And in session 3, after 6 weeks on X39, she had a complete turnaround and she had better brain coherence, which remained, her brain remained calm after that 6 weeks period. These are more images showing the infrared, the torso of the person above. You can see the red showing inflammation where they might or may not have felt the pain. And before the patch, there was that inflammation, and after the patch, it had reduced. That was in 30 minutes. And also you can see there the red spots in those hands. That's a very high incident area of arthritis. I'm not saying that this person had the arthritis, but certainly had the inflammation in the right area to feel pain. So you can see that after patching, it reduces. Like I said to you before, X39 increases your ability to heal and repair, and it helps to produce collagen. And one of the side effects of the X39 patch, as you can see here, is increased hair growth after a period of time. But not everybody experiences the same thing straight away all the time. Some people initially only will feel something like increased energy. But after a longer period of time, you start to see these kinds of physical changes occurring, as well as lines and wrinkles reversing in older people. Some athletes have used these patches, and as you can see, there's some pictures of these people that have used them. And in the most recent Olympics, a Romanian athlete was also seen to be wearing them. So how do we wear those patches? You wear it for 12 hours. You stick it out on the back of your neck, around your belly button, and then after 12 hours, you throw it away. Your body needs the time of the patch to continue to repair and rejuvenate. You can use the used patch already on someone else or on a pet, because there will be some usage in it, but for yourself, if you're going to use the patches correctly, it's 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Then you put a new patch on the next day and repeat. Like we showed you earlier, there are other products of LifeWave. These you can use as well as the X39, so you can wear more than one patch at a time. But you must drink plenty of water and also take electrolytes, because you are increasing the processes in your body, and your body needs the correct building blocks to do what you're asking it to do. David Schmidt advises us to use the patches for 90 days. before 90 days are up, it's unrealistic to basically see much improvement. But after 90 days, you should start seeing more improvement. And often if we don't respond to the patches, it is because we're not giving our bodies the right tools, enough hydration, enough electrolytes, enough minerals and chemicals. So, and this I've seen, when people are patched with, for example, the pain relieving patch, which I use in my practice, if they are dehydrated, they do not have the amazing response that I've seen of people who are hydrated well. And when I say amazing responses, I mean pain can go from a 10 out of 10 to a 0 out of 10 if you are hydrated enough when you get patched. All right. This is info.com is the site that you can go to look at testimonials, videos explaining how X39 works, doctors talking, all sorts of resources there, and the case studies that we mentioned before. And they're case studies not just done by LifeWave, it's also case studies by independent organizations. X39 is so sophisticated. I mean, it's a little patch. It looks so simple, but it does so much. And life-changing and emotional experiences on X39. So, for example, one of the best cases that I've seen is kidney functions going from a 34 to a 69. And most people understand that once your kidneys have started going backwards, they do not change and go forwards. So that is the miracle of the patch. It absolutely works. Amanda, shall I hand over to you now?
Thank you, Mich. You did an awesome job. And guys, we are not here to explain everything in detail, but the person who invited you will explain more to you. But we are here to share what these amazing patches have done for us. So I'd like to invite people now to share how these patches have changed their lives, because this is what people need to hear. Is it true? Is it real? Does it actually work? So please share. Anybody? I'm going to wait until you share, so you might as well just press that button that says unmute and go for it. Joanne.
Hi, everyone. I've been on the patches now in my 5th week, and certainly from my first night sleep was amazing after the patches. I hadn't slept through in years, and so it was such a pleasure to wake up feeling invigorated. The other thing was that mind clarity. I thought I had brain fog, but I didn't realize how bad it was until it was so clear. And also that I had so much energy. So those are that was the first few days I really noticed that change, and it continued to improve. Over the next week to 2 weeks, I had reduced pain in my feet. Now my feet felt as though I had some form of arthritis from medication, and they were very stiff. So I couldn't get up on my toes. They were very painful. I used to wrap them in bandages, put castor oil on and wrap them in bandages to get some relief, and have to put my feet up. I couldn't really walk much upstairs. I didn't want to walk in the mall with the family. I was just too sore to walk far. And within the first 2 weeks, I noticed a vast improvement, which then incrementally increased. I'm now quite happy to walk around the mall. I can go upstairs without clinging onto someone, and I can go on my toes, which I couldn't do before. I didn't even realize how bad it was. And I can play football with my grandson. So that was the most amazing and heartwarming thing. I know my gut is improving, and also my eyesight. I had floaters in my eyes. I've had LASIK surgery. And then in 2014, I had 2 cataract ops. And I used to have floaters. Now I don't. And I notice with the lovely spring colors coming out that I can see with such clarity. So I'm looking forward to the next months of journey. Certainly up to 10 months, I know I'm going to have less wrinkles, and all sorts of other added benefits that we call side effects that we really desire. Thanks so much, Amanda.
Thank you, and I love hearing your story and hearing after only 5 weeks. And as we were saying, 3 months protocol to start, we should actually then only start getting results and look at what's happening. So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Who's going to be next? There goes the finger with Val. I see
you. Well, hopefully I can get through without coughing too much today. I've got this silly little tickly cough, but everyone around me is down with flu and been in bed, and all I've got is a silly little tickly cough. So while it's annoying, I'm actually out walking my dogs and doing everything I should be. I think the patches are helping me fend off all these horrible bugs that are going around at the moment, which is fantastic. So I'm a dog walker and boarder. I've been using the patches for 5 months and 1 day, and I was having a lot of trouble with my hips, which was potentially career ending. For over 2 years, I had bursitis in both hips, but I also had a partially torn greater trochanter tendon, which was pretty ouchy. And I was having the steroid injections into my hip joint every 6 months, with the big, the big horse needle right into the joint. And it was pretty ouchy. And I really didn't look forward to having that every 6 months. And my consultant kept telling me that he couldn't operate on that side with a tendon, nothing he could do about it. I better just get used to it. It was unlikely to repair. The situation was degenerative, and, I should just get used to it. Well, I only just turned 60 this year. I still need to keep working. And by the end of my days of work, if I needed to go shopping, I was holding onto the shopping trolley like it was a Zimmer frame, and sometimes not even getting around the store before throwing the towel in and going home in a huff, often without my shopping. So taking lots of painkillers was not good. It was making me really unhealthy, affecting all kinds of other health issues in my body. So I was looking for something else, and I happened to see someone posting on Facebook about what the patches were doing for herself, her husband, and more importantly her dogs. She does rescue dogs, and so my little ears pricked up, because anything to do with dogs, I'm all over it. So I pestered her and said, "Tell me all about this, Inez." And she sent me some information, which was great. And I took an absolute flyer, because I was due to have the steroid injection in June, and I really didn't want to do it. I'm a big wuss. So the patches arrived 6th of June. I started patching. My 83-year-old mother started patching the same day as me, because she's always up for something new. And I was so lucky. The pain within 2 weeks, I immediately stopped my painkillers. So I thought the pain would get worse, and it didn't. It got better. In 2 weeks, my pain had gone from a 7 or 8 with the occasional 9 down to a 5 to 6, which I would have been content if that was as much as it had gone. But then every 2 weeks, it had incrementally gone down. And by the time we got to 2 months, there was no pain at all, which was absolutely mad. 2 months, I've been in pain for over 2 years, and it was really, really affecting my work. So now I have no pain. I have no painkillers. I have no injections, which is fantastic. I can do full squats, which I regularly do to annoy people. And I'm obviously working like crazy with the dogs, but now I'm talking to everyone also about the patches. Now my mother, which is a constant source of amusement to some areas, Amanda, my mother is 83. At the beginning of this year, she was very, very depressed, and she works 1 day a week for a family that have got a farm. She does housekeeping and gardening, and she'd got to the stage where she was going to give up, and she's been working for them for about 30 years or more. And she was really depressed about this. She was really, really down, because they are like family, and she didn't feel she was giving them value or could do the work, and she was running out of energy. So she got on the patches, and for the first 2 months, she was like, "Well, I don't think anything's really happening, dear." And I said, "Well, your step count has doubled on your Fitbit, mother." "Oh, yes," she said, "I suppose it has." And then a couple of days, she forgot to use her patches, and she realised that she didn't have the energy. So she quickly started patching again. So as time has gone on, she's actually unfortunately lost her partner. He passed away. But my mother is now full of energy. She's doing her 1 day a week work. She's got a great social life, and she started dating again at 83 years old. So my mother is out there. I had to go through dating 101 on the internet with my mother at 83 years old. And she's found herself a boyfriend, and she's got a fantastic life, and she's so full of energy. She said, she will not stop using the patches. She's, you know, she's in great shape. Her skin's looking better. I mean, my skin's looking better. And that's not me bragging. That's people keep telling me that I look, you know, I mean, look, you know, no wrinkles. It's amazing. 60 years old. It's not too shabby. I've got loads of energy, and, you know, it's turning into a great business for me too, because, you know, all my dog owners are getting patches for their dogs. I'm saving up the used patches, so it's helping a lot of the dogs that I have to stay. And then strangely, their owners then go, oh, if it works for the dogs, what would it do for me? Fantastic. Had to try some, and you know, I'm getting great results for the owners as well, and, you know, everyone around me. This is such an amazing product. It does so many different things. My mother recently, just a couple of weeks ago, she was wearing hearing aids, and she's deaf as a post and had been for years, and we'd really nagged her to get these hearing aids. So a couple of weekends ago, she was here for dinner, and I assumed she had the hearing aids in because I wasn't having to raise my voice or repeat myself. And it was unusual for her to have her hearing aids in, but I thought, well, I'm not going to mention it. And then halfway through dinner, she said, have you noticed anything? And I said, no, Mum, what? She said, I'm not using my hearing aids. And I said, you what? She said, I've not got my hearing aids in. And I said, well, why not? I said, I'm not having to repeat myself. What's going on? She said, I don't need them. She said, I don't need them anymore. And I said, oh my God, that's amazing. Well, it is, she said, but I spent over £3,000 on those. And I'm like, Mum, I don't think you're really getting the point, you know. But yeah, she's thrilled to bits. We weren't expecting that to happen, but my mother can hear again. How is that? It's mad. So yeah, I can't say enough good about these patches. You know, I'm waiting to see what's going to happen next for me and for everyone else around me that I care about. So, you know, I just say to everyone, if you care about someone, get a patch on them. You don't know what's going to happen next.
Thank you so much for sharing that awesome story again. But Alex and I was talking today. As much as I love the effect of these patches, I don't want another husband at the age of 83, and I don't want to do housework at the age of 83. Thank you very much. Don't like it so much. Avril, would you like to share with us, maybe as the last person?
Yes, I'll share a little bit with you. I'm Avril from Mossel Bay, and about a month before I started patching, I had pneumonia, and I had to go to the doctor, and I had to get my injections, and I had to take medicines and go through the whole procedure. And after taking the medication, I started feeling a little bit better, and then I decided, let me use the X39 and see what it's all about. I didn't think it was going to help me because it's just a patch. I thought it was something out of Star Wars, so it's just a patch. And I started using the patch, and it was like 2 weeks into using it that my chest started opening. But what usually happens to me, 25 years ago, I went for an op and my lungs collapsed. So every year after I've had colds or flu, then I go straight into bronchitis, pneumonia. So I was scared that I was going to end up in hospital with bronchitis again. But 2 weeks into using the patch, I noticed that my chest started opening, and I was breathing again. And normally I would do a very, what do you call it? A high breath, a breath where you, not a deep breath. I couldn't breathe from deep in my lungs. It was just shallow breathing. And I was able to breathe, that I could actually feel my lungs expand in my body. So yeah, that was great. And since then, I haven't had the wheezing in my chest. I haven't had a tight chest. So, and that's just because of the patches. So I'm really grateful for that, that change in my health.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, Alex.
Yes.
So I actually have 2 news stories to tell that aren't related to me.
Awesome.
So somebody that I've just started patching, they literally started patching yesterday. He's 80, she's in her 70s. Back issues between them, and he's a potter, a professional potter and a master potter, so he spends a lot of time standing. And she phoned me this morning, all excited, because when he walked in last night from a day's work, he didn't look like a question mark. So that was after 1 day of patching. So he wasn't even aware of the change in his posture. And that was after, so this is my first one patch wonder. Okay, I don't
Awesome.
have those. Okay, so and she who has back issues slept the entire night without having to get up. So that was a real win there. And then I've got another person who is suffering from, well, we're not sure whether it's vaccine injury or long COVID, but they're huge lymph issues and huge lung issues and all those kind of things. He has seen everybody that he can possibly see in order to change them. He's now been on patches. I think it's probably about 5 months. His left lung is starting to rehabilitate, so he can breathe. His lung functions have changed. And now he can walk upstairs. He phoned me probably Friday last week to tell me that he can walk upstairs he doesn't realize that he's done it and isn't out of breath. So that's huge, huge progress in somebody who was significantly damaged, but it has taken time. But 5 months, not a long time. There's lots going on there.
That's awesome. I'm so glad you got this one patch wonder as well, because we always say it's not a quick fix kind of thing, but it's amazing if you can help people and they do get these kind of results. It's really
Yeah, they're all
awesome.
animated. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the long-term results is what it's really about. It's really about investing in your health, making that investment, especially for people who's been struggling for a long time. So my name is Amanda, and I started with the patches in March after I had COVID. And before that, I didn't believe in anything like that. I thought it was a lot of nonsense. I was very, very negative and skeptical about it. But I don't want to share that story. Well, I got a great results after COVID. But this morning, my husband said to me, "How did you sleep last night?" And, I realized that's the question every morning, because it's not normal in our house to sleep, just to have a good night's sleep. And I was like, I don't know. I went to bed and I woke up, and I just realized how wonderful it is to be able to just sleep. Your body rests, you rest, everything rests. If you're not used to that, it's really great to be able to say, I just went to bed and I slept and I woke up. So yeah, I think we all have wonderful stories, but I'm going to stop here with mine because I'd like to go on with the rest of the stories, and afterwards we'll have some chit chat if you want to ask questions and so on. I'm going to go back to the presentation. Okay, let's go there. All right, so we are all here for different reasons, and I want to ask you, what is the most important goal or dream in your life today? Is it your family, more time, need freedom? I love having freedom of choice, more security, traveling, you want to travel the world, better health, less debt. We all have different goals and dreams. Let's see how LifeWave can help us. So when I started, I didn't think anything of this company or the products or anything, but in the meantime, I've learned that this company is already 20 years old, which is great for a company to just give you some, that there's sustainability and trust, because it's already 20 years on the go. So this company went from a $20 million company for a long time until X39 came onto the market. And it went, this year we're on our way to 600 million, and they're talking about 1 billion next year. So the company has just expanded dramatically when X39 came on the market. We're already open in more than 80 countries. And what's unique is that it's not a Me Too product like most other companies, which have got great products, but there are so many others doing the same thing that it's very difficult when economy starts pinching, then people go for the cheaper options, and whether it's as good as product or not. But with us, we're really in a unique position. There's nobody else that can do what we do, that can supply what we supply. We are really in a fortunate position. We still have 16 years of the X39 patent going, and we are the only people who can supply that. So LifeWave is also the ranked the number one momentum company in the world at the moment. And you can see here there's 3,000% growth rate from 2018 till 2024. And I think we've only just started. I'm excited to see. And you can see it already in the beginning. When I started, you would tell people about it and they've never heard about it. Now you start telling people and they've heard about it. So it's really growing. So there are different options when you start and you decide you want to get these products. You can decide, do you want to be a customer, preferred customer? Do you want to be a brand partner? And there are, even if you join as a brand partner, there are many different options. Like you can start on the starter kit where you just register and you buy the products that you want to have. You can see here are different options. You can decide whether you want to have bulk products or what is the most important, you want the cheapest. And the person who invited you here will help you with these decisions. You don't have to worry about that. But what is great is if you want even better discount and you want to buy in bulk, the brand partner options is you've got the core option where for $300, you can get 3 sleeves of X39, and which is nice. You can also mix and match. So either 3 sleeves of X39 or 6 of the other patches, or mix and match. But X39 is always, it's our flagship. It's always the most important one. Or you can decide you want the cheapest option, which would be the advanced option where you'd get 6 sleeves of X39, or maybe you just want to jump in and be a real entrepreneur, really run with this business, and you can go for the premium option. But the person who invited you will explain everything to you. So now the question is, maybe you don't only want to use the products, maybe you want to also earn an income or get your products for even cheaper. How can you earn an income with LifeWave? So there's 4 ways. The first way is with retail, which is very nice. You don't have to carry any stock. You've got a website. The moment that you register, you get your own website and people can just buy online from you. There's introduction bonuses when you introduce other people into the team, help them to get it for cheaper and earn an income. You will be paid the introduction bonus. And then the third and the fourth way is with cycle bonuses. And this is how the compensation plan very quickly works. You only have a left leg and a right leg, and you join people into your team on the left or the right leg. And as they order more products, more points get added to you. And that is the way that you will earn income as more points are added. And then the fourth way is the matching bonuses. And what that means is if you've got people in your team and you help them to become successful, you will be rewarded for that. And that's why everybody is helping everybody. And that's why we just love being in this team, being in this business, because everybody helps everybody. And it's just, we become friends. And I love that part of it. So there are different websites. You don't have to worry if you sit here and you feel overwhelmed, you don't know what's going on, don't worry. There's this website that Dr. Mich already told us about. This is at info.com, where you can get information about the patches and the all the studies that were done. But once you become part of the team, there's also the This Is It team.com website where you will learn how to grow your business. And you can take it step by step. All you have to do is put that patch on your back, get a result, and start telling people about it. Help people. By helping them, you will be helping yourself as well. And this is just the team that we are in, This Is It team. And you can see on this graph how this team has grown. In 2023, we are in the best, one of the best teams of LifeWave. We are in the best country this year. LifeWave South Africa is the #1 country in the whole of EMEA, which is Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So we are here. We've got your back. We will help you. You are never alone. We're going to help you to reach your goals and your dreams. And David Schmidt says, you have an incredible opportunity before you today. The opportunity to bring healing and the power of light to everybody around you. It might be for you. It might be for your family. It might be for other people who need you to tell them about this. And now is the time then to make your move. The question is, are you serious about your dream? I want to tell you that there's hope for your future. Get started with X39. That's the first step. Get started with X39 and then get back to the person who shared this opportunity with you. They will help you. There's always somebody to help you. And now is the time to begin this, to start your new life. So thank you to everybody that was here today. Thank you, Dr. Mich. Thank you to every person who shared their awesome testimonies. And I'm going to stop the recording now, and then we'll have some time where you can ask questions and just share or talk among each other. So thanks everybody for being here.